They say live.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Welcome to the Lost Dollar Business Club, where we talk about business, and not just business. We talk about what makes businesses go up and what makes businesses go down. If you're interested in businesses, this is where it is. We talk about the global economy. We talk about global politics. We talk about everything and anything business related that affects your life on a global scale as well as a local scale. And don't miss after the show, Lost and Found.
And we are, as they say, boys and girls, live. How's everybody doing? It's bright and early. We purposely did Michael's last show at this crazy Fakanta hour only because we had to get John out of bed. So that was it. That's the whole reason. Other than that, we would have just done it the normal hour. But it was just fun to watch John get up at 6 a.m. Eastern time to be on the show.
Well, the show's at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I hope we woke up earlier than that.
Yeah. Well, I've been up since 4. I do my real job, which is sing the national anthem at cockfights. So I had to get that done, and then I can come do the show. So,
what foreign country are you in?
Yeah, well, as David likes to say, I'm on the luxury yacht.
He's on the Steve luxury yacht, sailing the ocean.
Sailing the ocean with my 100-meter yacht, and
good place to be.
Docked in Monaco, as we should be, and there you go. So I figured I would hang out with the poor people today, and then I've done my goodwill. I figured, that's philanthropy. So this is my philanthropy.
Yeah, Monaco is definitely the poor people.
No. This is the poor people.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Being on it with us, yeah.
On the luxury.
We're graced by your presence, Stephen.
And can I tell you, as you should be. So anyway, but no, it's always good to see everybody. So this, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, is Michael's last show.
Yes, that's right. So there are other waters to be charted and other places to be gone. So I will be bowing out from the Lost Dollar Business Club after this show. But I know that Stephen, John, David, and you're going to have Anthony Asbury make some more appearances as well.
He's going to be the new host.
And be a new host. So I think there will be some carrying the torch onward and upward.
I think it'll be an interesting show because his political views are definitely a little right of ours. So, but I think that's good. I think it'll be a nice variety.
It'll be good.
UK right. I don't know where that is on the MAGA.
That's center. That's right in the center. That's right center for the MAGA person. Okay. Yeah. So no, but I think it'll be an interesting show. I think it'll be fun, and I guess John will be joining, and David, and there'll be Anthony.
It'll continue the trend of having amazing guests or at least interesting guests.
Yeah.
They have been amazing. They have been interesting. We've actually had 141 episodes since Thanksgiving of 2022.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
lot of episodes.
And today's show, if I'm not mistaken, in the whole scheme of
the whole series
is like 835.
Yeah. So we've done a significant portion of the total universe on Two Old Farts, 2OF Entertainment.
Yeah.
And we've also had 45 total guests since February of 2023.
Really?
So we started having guests pretty early.
Yeah.
And does anybody remember the first guest that we had? I think Stephen remembers. The very first guest, who was a friend of mine.
Was it that girl?
Yes.
I remember her. Yeah. I can't remember her name, but I remember the girl.
Yes. So we did have a friend of mine who was a former colleague, and she went off to write a book and do a speaking tour. Brittany Hodak. She came onto the show. And that was an interesting show to start it off. Our first guest, somebody who was surprised by the whole format of our show.
She hated us. She hated the show. She told Michael after the show, "You go, why are you doing this?" Blah, 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 blah. And we just were all like, calm down. I don't think, John, you started to come in later on.
John came on later on. That's right.
Yeah, we didn't have you for the first 6 months or so. I think there was one day where Michael and David couldn't make it. I called you, said, "Hey, you want to be on the show?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure." And that's how it started. And then you just started to come on. And then we had, I I can't remember his name. One of David's friends came on as a co-host with us. The guy
Yeah,
with the very deep voice.
we had a Dutch guy, Klaas. He came on for a couple of episodes,
And then we had Nick
and then
for a while.
Nick, and we also had Kurt from Canada, who
From
gave
Canada,
us
right? There you go.
gave us a different perspective on live
Well, it's
universe and
Canadian
everything.
perspective.
Really,
So really, is it a perspective? Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, so we had those additional co-hosts, and
Right.
then Michael's been the host throughout the whole thing. So there you go.
yeah.
So
Well,
It's
it's
good.
supposed to be a club, isn't it? It's supposed to
It's a
everybody
club. Exactly.
welcome.
but we had a presidential candidate on. Remember, we had that guy, the presidential candidate.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
remember?
What was? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't remember his name. I know he came on late, and we have our two favorite guests, Guy Standing and Michael Collins.
Yes.
So who do you
They're
think?
on
Well,
also.
I mean, I think it's obvious who was the regular, the most regular on the show.
Michael Collins. It's really a tie between Michael Collins and Guy Standing.
Yeah, well, Michael Collins only has him beat by 2 episodes. So
Wow.
we've had Michael on 7 times.
Wow. Yeah, over a year.
7 times. Yeah, and over a year, yeah. And always interesting and always beating the drum on American manufacturing or the lack thereof and how it should be re-onshored. And we were saying that long before Trump was. So
basically, if it wasn't for us, Trump wouldn't be president. You're welcome, Donnie.
Well, the burning question is, of course, where was the drum made? You know,
where was
the drum? China, where all his stuff is made.
So he's banging the drum for American industry, but it's made in China.
Yeah,
just like the Trump phones, really. But sorry, they were assembled in the US, so they were touched by an American hand.
I was touched by an American hand once. It was lovely. Anyway, so yeah, and John came on, and John's been off and on because John goes on his expeditions to hunt for Nazi gold. And
some sort of expedition.
Yeah, I'm gonna come for you soon.
Yeah. No, you see, John,
you got to find him.
You got to find me first, buddy.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
That's why
because we never know. Yeah, you're just a Mossad agent. You know, you just play your investment banker, but you're not really. We know that.
But you can't count on me
there.
Next time we travel together, John, we'll see if you make it.
Yeah.
Right. The lizard people, Mossad, it's all the same thing. Really.
Yeah, like
you're right. You're right. It's at the top. It's all the same.
Yeah. Just look at it this way. You know, the Jews own all the banks. We have the entertainment, and we have all the money, and we hang out with the lizard people. So it's all the same. We're all good.
Like fun. Sounds like fun.
Well,
all the billionaires, you know, for 3 years now or 4 years now, all the billionaires have been buying up all that property in New Zealand.
Yes,
obviously for their bunkers because it's supposedly the most remote place and the safest place. But I just keep wondering. Really, they're all just going to go hang out in New Zealand while the world burns? I mean,
No.
We know where they are, though. That would be the first place everybody goes, wouldn't it?
You're right. You're going to go hang out there. The problem with New Zealand is, I've been there. It's a beautiful country, and if you can take the Lord of the Ring tours, which is cool, and you kick the midgets, which is fun. Anyway, the point is, buying property there isn't that easy. And I don't care how much money you have, because I actually looked at property and I was like, oh, this would be really cool. And because Peter Thiel, like 10 years ago, went in there and bought like a bazillion hectares, they changed the law. So if you want to buy something, you have to do a little bit of economic development. They have to first see if anybody in New Zealand wants to buy it. I mean, there's this process. So like if we found property today, it would take probably 3 to 6 months for us to actually purchase it.
But then I wonder, can they sell among each other and build a bunker in a bunker in a bunker and just say,
I'm sure
we're all having a neighborhood of bunkers in New Zealand.
Here's what's really funny. They're all doing this stupid crap because it's what we said on the show before. The wealthy aren't taking care of the other people. It's not like they're all nouveau riche. The nouveau riche are just about the nouveau riche, where the old money is like, oh, you need a school, you need a hospital, you need whatever it is. They make sure it gets done. So because of this, the nouveau riche are like, we better go hide somewhere where the people aren't going to kill us.
Which they're gonna. It's going to be very difficult. If it really gets to that point, they're not going to really survive it. I mean, but let's not get to that point. How's that?
Right. Well, that's
we
what I
know
keep
where they
saying.
are. That's just it. I mean, it's not like they're you know, they're so where do we all go? We get up. Well,
Here's the
what we'll
nice
do
thing.
is we'll take Steve's boat, and all of us will
Here
go
at the
down
Lizard
to
People
New
Society,
Zealand,
we have a book of where everybody is.
and
So
then
for a
that's
price.
yeah. Oh, you've got the Epstein files. I knew somebody had
Yes,
it.
I have all the files. That's how
They're
that
leather
works.
bound. They're
The leather
leather
bound
bound.
file. Yeah,
Yeah.
we make it classy. We just don't give you
Yeah.
files. You have to bound it, because I can't touch a Manila
Not
folder.
white binders. Not
That's
white
right.
plastic binders. They're
But
leather bound.
if I didn't know you so well, Steve, I would have thought that was a Gideon Bible. But hey, there you go.
Yeah, please stop it. That's all the files. But no, but it's very interesting, and we've talked about this on the show, and nobody seems to be listening. But there's 8 point whatever billion people on the planet, but when 7 billion of them decide they want to take a picnic, whether you're in New Zealand or you're wherever you are, it's not going to matter because I don't think they realize that part of that picnic is going to involve the military who doesn't get paid squat anyway. You know what I mean? It's like they're like, oh, the Army, the Navy, they'll all protect us. I'm like, I don't know if a guy who's making $25,000 a year and can't afford to pay stuff, and they're what and blah 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 is going to be like, yeah. Now to go to war for your country because of freedom or whatever, fine. But I mean, if it's like I have to protect an oligarch, it's not
Yeah.
Russia, so it's going to
Well,
be a little different.
remember, so we've had guys standing on the show 5 times.
Yep.
And we've been talking about this for a long time, but we also had remember earlier this year. It was actually earlier this year, but I've been trying to get him for a while. The guy from Patriotic Millionaires.
That's right. We had him. He was a
Yeah.
patriot and a millionaire, and there you go.
A patriot
So,
and a millionaire. Yeah,
there you
which
go.
is
Yeah,
good,
that's
good
an
to get some
oxymoron if I
airtime.
ever heard one. But there you
There
go.
you go.
Good to get that fellow on the show. But I mean,
Yeah.
the point is, this has been a common thread on our show, and in
Yep.
fact, we had Cory Doctorow
Yep.
on 3 times.
Wow.
And yeah, we had him on 3 times, and you actually had him on October 1st, in October of 2023.
Okay.
Talking about a similar concept, which was enshittification.
Yep.
Right?
I
The
remember
idea that the rich are just making everything gated and
Yep.
shittier for everybody else in the digital ecosystem.
Yeah.
And then
He wasn't
we
far
talked
from the
about
truth with that. Then that's for sure. So
that's right.
yeah,
That's right.
I mean, and now, of course, all you can hear is the rattling of the gates as all the MAGA people
Yeah.
open the gates, let us in, let us read all the files. Come on.
Yeah.
What files? What files?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
they started to release like the JFK assassination tapes, and and the files there, and they're going, oh, maybe it wasn't what they said, and it's sort of like if you watch the Zapruder film. Okay, I don't want to be rude or anything, but when one bullet comes in and you go forward and then you go back, that's a second bullet, and now they're saying that there was 3. Like they're like starting to release all this information, and I'm thinking, I think everybody. So here's what's funny: in the '60s, people were purposely, and I mean this would not in a bad way, purposely ignorant. The government said it, great, that's wonderful. We're patriotic, we're Americans. Now, because of social media and because nobody trusts the government or their neighbor or anybody else, they're like, screw you. So now people are like, no, we didn't land on the moon. There was 42 bullets that killed Kennedy. Everything, we're on a flat earth. It's like no one trusts or believes anything anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm fascinated by that. So some of it, I'm like, okay, yeah, like the Kennedy thing. Like since I was a kid, I was like, I don't think it was one guy. Like it's too much. The moon thing, I'm going to still think we went to the moon. The flat Earth thing, I think is pretty funny. There's a big ice wall, whatever, blah 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 blah. Don't go with that one. But there's a lot of stuff that the government says, and I'm like, yeah, no. Like there's this new obly oobly out there in interstellar spaceship that's coming this way again, like the one that was like 4 or 5 years ago. And 4 or 5 years ago, nobody cared. And once again, you're talking about it. It's making lefts and rights and turns and stops. Not like an asteroid or a meteor, and nobody cares again. So it's sort of like I think the government or the people that run the world, us, know more than we're going to ever tell. At some point, as I keep saying, something's going to crash into like Central Park, and you're not going to be able to cover up and say it was a movie. You know, you're not going to be able to go, hey, that spaceship in the middle of Central Park was a
But
movie. It's
will
like,
anybody care? That's the thing.
no,
You know,
that's the problem. Everybody's going to have
they
their
just go
face
and
in the phone, and that's it.
they'll have to take a few pictures of it, put it on Instagram
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
other
and then
social
move
media
on.
available,
I will.
and
I will tell you,
then they'll move on because they're more concerned about, you know,
likes.
living a living, going to, just doing their own stuff. Intergalactic travel, yeah, so what? You know, who cares? Yeah.
but
Well, yeah,
that's a
who
true
cares?
statement.
Who cares? You can't take care of what's happening on this
Yeah.
planet, and now you want to go somewhere else?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, and then of course all these people, these objects that are coming here. I mean, yeah, I said, well, does it affect the price of gasoline? No. Does it make the bread or the eggs cheaper? No. Well, you know what we're talking about it. Because they just look at it as the same way as the Trump people do. They just you know fill the zone up with a whole load of information, and then the real news just does nobody can find it. You just got to dig in and
Yeah.
there must be some news in here somewhere. No. There's just a whole load of you know continuous flow of crap that's coming out. Oh yeah, aliens. Oh yeah, be another Will Smith movie. Okay, you know.
Well, there is okay. So there
No.
is. We also talked about digital currencies, and
Yep.
in particular central bank digital currencies, way back in December of 2023, right after
Yep.
the insurance conversation, and we had Aaron Carr talking with us about the risks of CBDCs,
Right.
and now we've got Anthony Asbury talking about the same thing. So we've got another thread of warning for when after
The problem
everything.
is that problem is you'll have to go and tell Mr. Trump very quickly this morning because he's going to sign it into law, isn't he? The whole crypto thing today. I understand, and the Bank of England are now going to have their own crypto stable coin
Everybody's going to
linked
have
to the
their own
pound.
Yeah,
crypto.
everybody's going to have it because it makes
Yeah,
perfect sense for a central government to want one.
yeah.
Well,
So,
it makes
but
perfect sense if you need to pay off, just say, a president of the United States in crypto, because he has his own. So, listen, crypto is a very interesting thing. And to an extent, it'll be good because Swift sucks when you have to transfer money globally. So
Mm,
if I can use a real stable coin, or I can transfer money that way legitimately through a bank, and it takes a second, I bet any day over Swift. They charge too much. It takes too long. It's ridiculous. And even bank wires take too long. And then they
yeah,
want to charge me whatever they want to charge me. And then they charge the person who received it. So the banking system is antiquated. So if the banks would have gotten their heads out of their tuchuses 20 years ago and come up with a system that was better, you wouldn't see the rise of crypto. So I think to one extent, it's going to be very interesting. To another extent, there are going to be people that are not going to want to use it. And the last time we did a stable coin, it's supposed to be parity with the dollar. It was 97 cents, which isn't parity with the dollar. So JP Morgan's coming out with one, Citibank, Bank of America, big companies are coming out with their own. So the Treasury for the United States is all excited because they're going to be printing more and more and more. But I'm more worried about how's it going to work. Like I have no
yeah.
problem with Bitcoin or any of it. It's all crypto algorithms. To me, it's like going to Vegas and it's like putting money on, daddy needs a pair of shoes and rolling the dice. My thing is, how's it going to work for the normal person? Guy who makes who makes somewhere from 50,000 to $1 million a year. They're not trying to do anything other than, save for retirement. How does it work for them? How are they going to be able to use a stable coin or currency that doesn't get devalued on a whim?
well, they're not, are
That's
they?
kind
I
of what
mean, but
that's what I'm looking for.
the US. I mean, you guys still write checks as well, don't you?
No, we don't.
It's
Not
still
anymore. I
no,
don't think anybody
no,
writes a
no.
check.
I
John does because
totally
he's
write
running nasty
checks.
gold.
I totally
Yeah.
write checks.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
there's still
okay,
there's
never
still
mind.
still people writing checks, which
Well,
is
I
which
I
try
used
not
to
love
to
be
write a
the
lot of
writing
great.
checks.
Used
checks.
to be great because the banks used to sit on them like for 5 or 10
Yeah,
days and then take all the interest on it. But yeah, I think we're going towards a whole society full of tokenization. Everything's going to be tokenized.
nice.
It's going back to I don't know if we were talking about this last week or not. Can't remember at my age, but again, like factories owning their own shops and
Yeah.
and having their own money, and so they would pay the employees in their own money, so they would have to go to the factory shops in order to buy, groceries. So it was like, and that's slowly where we're going to be going back to. Only it's going to be crypto, so all the young kids will say, "Oh, it's great," It's just
Well, the other parts of what
monetary
you
serfdom.
The other part of what you just said, which is somewhat true, is in UAE. UAE is really the crypto capital of the world right now. Trump is hoping with the
Not
signing of this
Miami.
bill. Huh? No, the crypto capital of the world. If you want to buy something with crypto, I'm talking from homes to cars to women, UAE, you can buy anything with crypto. Like you can go into the exotic car dealership that has everything from Rolls Royces up to Bugattis and everything in between. You can go in there and you can be like, I want to buy this 4 million pound or 4 million whatever car with crypto, and they'll swing the little thing around and go, do it. If you want to buy a house there with crypto, you can do it. They are probably the most advanced when it comes to crypto and tokenization of assets. So
Yeah.
with the new bill that Trump is going to sign, if we're going to do that, as long as it's regulated properly and doesn't become the Wild West, then I think that's a good thing. My concern is it's going to be the Wild West. Now you
It's
have
already the
Binance,
Wild West.
right? But you have Binance and other companies now that are becoming that are applying for national charters to be banks.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a lot of banks now that are going to be crypto banks. It's not going to be JP Morgan anymore and Wells Fargo and all these other things. You're going to have the XYZ crypto bank. They're applying
Yeah.
for real bank charters. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that also in the next 5 years changes the landscape of what's going on.
Yeah, just more funny money. Just wash it through. Got to go
Well,
somewhere, isn't it?
in the midst of all the crypto and all the digital stuff, we did have several entrepreneurs on the show talking about music. So
That's
you
true.
remember we had community musician, song drop,
Yeah.
anti-fragile music. I mean, music was a theme too. Music was
Yeah,
a
we had
good
Scott Airy.
theme. It was a good theme. And Scott Airy, that's right. Scott Airy, community musician.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. We had a good,
But
listen, we had with you as the host a good 2.5 year run. Now, Stephen Colbert just got canceled from CBS or wherever. So
Oh, he got
probably end up
booted.
he got booted because Trump doesn't like him. So what's going to end up happening is I think he wants to be also the host of Lost Dollar Business Club. So we're going to see how that goes. So we may have Stephen Colbert pretty soon sitting in the chair.
sure, yeah.
But that'll be good for John because, John's like this. But I think the fun part is it has been a fun 2.5 years. We've gotten different perspectives. We've had
Yep.
fun with it. The lost and found segments were always the best. So it was good.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So we should end on a lost and found, shouldn't we? We should make sure
You want to do a
we
lost
do
and found right now for the
Yeah, because
fans?
exactly. Let's do a lost
All
and
right,
found.
hold on a second. Where's our lost and found? There it
Ever
is.
wonder how millions vanish into thin air, or how a single dollar can make all the difference? Join us on Lost and Found, where we dive into the wild world of financial mysteries. From misplaced fortunes to unexpected windfalls, we unravel the stories of people, companies, organizations, and even governments who've lost and found millions. Lost and Found, because every dollar has a story.
Okay. John, since you're barely awake, what's your lost and found?
Well, I don't know. I don't really have a good one.
All right, then just sit there and look pretty.
Yeah.
Michael, what do you have?
I got the top billing from Ireland. All right, so
Okay.
Ireland, they're talking. We've talked about green energy and solar and wind quite a bit, the good and the bad about it.
Yep.
But now they're going back to the way Ben Franklin thought about electricity, and they're using kites instead of windmills to generate electricity.
Very cool.
60 square meter kites to harvest wind energy, massive kites. They have the tether rotates a drum with 4 tons of force, and it just brings the wind in, the energy in.
Very cool. I like that.
So the thinking is that it works better in remote locations, and it's an old school way. It's for a new school technology.
But they're still going to have the same issue. They're going to produce too much electricity, and then they'll have to turn it off
and then charge it back to the grid. So.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because the grid can't deal with it. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, here's my big one. The FT this morning. It's the big read: artificial intelligence, chatbots in the classroom, how AI is reshaping higher education. It talks while institutions are grappling with the pace of change, technology companies are moving quickly to offer custom learning products. And the gist of the whole article, the guys in the AI field are like, no, the kids aren't going to cheat. And the professors are like, the kids are cheating because all they do is have the AI listen to my class, take the test, write the papers, and they're learning absolutely nothing. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, there you go. So, because every kid brings a laptop now and a phone to class. So, like the teacher said, they don't know if they're typing or if the chatbot's doing all the work. So, higher education, everybody. Way to go. Not like when we all went to university where we actually had to learn something.
Yeah, but when you went to university, everybody was getting high. That's the difference. So it's
Whoa. We were selling them that stuff. Behave yourself. So, how to make money. So, yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. So, kids are getting dumber. That's all I know. So,
that's what they say.
Yeah. All right, David. What cow jumped over what moon today?
No, well, I thought I'd do something sensible. This is the thing that we haven't even got the buzzers up and running for today. But this is one I found, which quite fascinated me. It's a Finnish company, and they're now producing a series, or they're going to at the end of this year and the beginning of next year. Going to be bringing out a series of spectacles, glasses. Which has this, which are run by a battery, running these liquid crystals, and it will adjust your vision on the move to anything that you look at. So this is it. Autofocus glasses. It's not obviously this is their promo to show where the electronics sat in it, but. Yeah, it's for people who have real vision problems that change during the day or whatever. Then this will be autofocus. So you're only ever going to need one pair of glasses. You don't need reading glasses or anything. You don't have to change them. It'll just adjust to the light.
You're gonna need a subscription for that, David.
Yeah. That's going to be $21 a month subscription, and it'll be a SaaS product.
They're talking about them being in excess of $1,000 to start off with. So
already, all right. So it's $1,000 plus $21 a month.
I was just going to say, I'd rather just pay the $21 a month as a SaaS product. So, well, that'll be good for the four of us since we all wear glasses or contacts during the day.
Sure.
So that'll be very good. John's like, yeah, right. John's like, can I go back to bed, please? So, all right, well, kids,
I'm glad. I'm so glad we got to do this show with everybody on it.
Yep. So we will be back. Well, I won't be back, but Anthony will be back. I guess, David, are you and John with Anthony next week at the regular time, which is 8:30 a.m. Eastern?
Yeah, regular time. Yeah.
Regular time. I'm not sure about John, but I will certainly be on the show.
All right. Well, next Friday, the new host, Anthony, will be taking over. If you like far-right political views and you're a MAGA person, you're going to love him. And John is going to come on the show and tell him about Nazi gold. David's going to do whatever David does. I don't really know what he does, but he's going to do that. And Michael is going to go do other things. He's going to take over my old job singing the national anthem at cockfights. So that's going to be exciting. There you go. Got to make money. And that's it, kids. Thank you for watching this short edition of Lost Dollar Business Club. We just all wanted to come on and say goodbye, and it's been a thrill.
And onward and upward, gents.
There you go. Anything else, John? John, you want to say anything?
Nope, that's it.
All right, stop talking. You talk too much. Stop already. David, anything?
All I'll say is that fiction is the lie through which we tell the truth. I'll leave you with Camus. That's it.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that was deep, John.
That's deep.
What
did you say, John? You're leaving us with all your camels? Is that what you said?
All right, boys and girls. Don't forget to subscribe and like. We'll see you next week with Anthony as the host. We'll be here at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. David will have to figure out how to make it go live. Rebroadcast every Saturday. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and we will see you all next week. And don't forget all the other shows and all the new music we have on the channel. Cheers, everybody.
Bye.